What's going on today, guys? We're gonna do a bearded dragon care video today. I do have two bearded dragons, but we're namely gonna go on Big Lady here because she's such a big girl. So the first thing I want to go over with bearded dragons, let's get you kind of an angle here, is the tank setup. So babies can be set up in like a 20-gallon or in, something like that. Those Exoterras. That's what my young one was in. But they can be in a 20-gallon. But when they get adults, they should at least be in something this size, a 50-gallon or even more. A custom tank would be ideal, like the size of Buddy's tank. If you haven't seen Buddy's tank, go look at my other videos, like my Reptile Room tour, you'll see it. But they do need a big tank. They don't necessarily need a water bowl. I do have a water bowl in mine. But if you bathe them, once every 2 weeks, and spray them down, spray their food and whatnot, they get most of their moisture from their food. They're pretty dry animals. They don't really need a water bowl. But I'd like to have it, not need it, and need it, not have it. They do, however, need UVB lights to bask under, and a basking light, I should say. I usually have this heat lamp, and then this, and then I change out with the doubles whenever I need to. So she's a spoiled little girl. Hey, baby. Right now she's just hanging out on her hot side. You do have to have a hot side and a cold side. That's pretty obvious, right? I do recommend using a reptile carpet. My young one, my boy, is on sand. I wouldn't recommend putting them on sand or dirt because they can eat it, and I am told that they can get impacted and have troubles with eating, but it hasn't happened to me, so fingers crossed it never will, I guess. But if you are going to start taking care of bearded dragons, get the reptile carpet like this. It's totally sweet. And it's easy to clean. Very, very easy to clean. So, you can also use tile, I guess, if you wanted to. Like flat tile, something they're not going to cut themselves on. Something to hold the heat, but you don't want it to get too hot. Burn them. But next, we're going to go on the diet of these guys. She eats mostly super worms and like kale, baby spinach, and romaine lettuce. You can also feed crickets, roaches. She sometimes eats dubia roaches. I have a small colony that I feed to her occasionally when they start to grow out. But most of the time, every day in the morning she gets greens, which is baby spinach most of the time. And then as treats, a couple times a week, she gets mealworms, super worms, whatever you want to call them. But they can pretty much eat anything green. Parsley, look it up online and make sure. There are a couple things they shouldn't eat, but baby spinach, romaine lettuce, and kale, I believe, are perfectly fine for your bearded dragon to eat. At least I hope so, because that's what she eats and that's what my other boy eats. You also need to feed them every day. They have a very fast metabolism, these beardeds, and you need to feed them every day. They get very hungry, trust me. Very, very hungry, but you also need to mist at least once or twice a week if you don't have a water bowl, and even if you do have a water bowl. And also always mist their greens, their kale and whatnot. Mist the water over it so they can get a drink while they're eating. You know what I mean? You understand where I'm coming from? But for the most part, bearded dragons are pretty docile. Like, look, hi baby, I can take her out and do that. She don't care. She's wondering why I'm staring at her and pointing a camera at her. But she doesn't care. She's a good girl. I usually take her out when I'm doing feeding in the morning, and she eats on her chair over there. But yeah, they're pretty docile animals. They're very, very easy to take care of, I should say. I mean, they're not hard. They live 10 to 13 years, so that's not a bad life expectancy. I believe they're from Central Australia. I'm not sure, honestly. I'm no master with the scientific stuff and where they're from, but I believe Central Australia is where you'll find these little guys running around. But I hope this video helps a little bit. If you guys got any questions, let me know. What you should use for lights. That just popped into my head. You're probably gonna ask that. That's probably a 100-watt regular daytime running light. That's a heat lamp. That's a, ow, it's hot because it's on, by the way. But that's a heat lamp. And then there's UVB lights in the domes that are probably both 100 watts. And I don't know what this is, but I believe it's all 100 watts. My little guy's running at 75 watts lamps, but he's also in half the size of a tank, a 20-gallon long. So, but if you guys have any more questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer them in the comments, or I'll even make another video if I have to. So, just let me know down below. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate the view, and I hope you give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and subscribe if you want to see some more videos, because I do plan on doing a lot more of these care videos. And I got a reptile room tour, I think, coming up in 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not sure, but I just put one out like 2 weeks ago, so try to keep one going every month and a half, 2 months. But we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.